So what's the truth about where we're at in 2019 with this Amazon FBA opportunity? Because even 4 years ago, as I was sitting in the back of my college classes looking at this Amazon FBA thing, there were plenty of people saying that it was too late, that the ship had sailed, and it was the end. So I just want to give an honest outlook of what has changed, because obviously many years have passed since then, and where do we stand now? And is this even worth you looking into? Is this something that can turn into something, or has the ship really sailed? Guys, my name is Matt Loberstein. If you're new to the channel, make sure you do go back and check out my older videos and subscribe for everything to come. Little announcement before I get into it. It might be too late at the time I'm saying this, but I will be at Ryan Moran's event in Dallas, Texas, CapCon, the Capitalism Conference. I'm not sure you can still buy tickets to that, but if you are going, definitely let me know, because I'd love to run into you there and hang out and go through the conference together. So I will be there in Dallas, CapCon. All right, so now what you came here for. What is the outlook of Amazon FBA in 2019? I guess first of all, why the hell should you listen to me? As I kind of said in the intro, I've been doing this for a handful of years now. I help a lot of people with it as well, so I kind of have a behind the scenes, both on the first person, my own business, and as well as having my hands involved in quite a lot of people in this space. So I see the ins and outs to an extent that I guess is relatively unique, and that gives me an opinion that is maybe a little bit different than just some random dude just giving his opinion. So here's the thing, there definitely are aspects of Amazon FBA that are harder than ever. That is just a simple truth, and I'm gonna break that down. Let me first say that I am talking about private label. I'm talking about creating our own brands, launching our own products on Amazon. I'm not talking about reselling, I'm not talking about wholesaling, I'm talking about using Amazon as a launch platform for our own products and our own brands, which I think is and continues to be the best opportunity through Amazon FBA. Now, to understand the current landscape, you kind of have to realize is that 4 or 5 years ago, it was a wide open opportunity. You could be an idiot. You could do just about anything, launch a product, do these giveaways, boom, first page, selling a bunch of units, one product, and you have a substantial business. It really was quite easy to do for anybody. Just there was a very simple blueprint to follow. That ship has sailed. So those loopholes, those have been closed for years at this point. And that doesn't mean that there isn't an opportunity, which is what I'm leading towards. It's just that the opportunity is very, very different than it used to be. It is not something that you can just follow, the idiot's guide to Amazon FBA and, just go onto the first giveaway site you see, give away 100 units, and boom, you're off to the races. The people that I see fail the most are the ones who kind of look for that one hot product, following the how to make 50K in 1 month blueprint, and they launch that one product, and nowadays they can't even cut through with that one product. Maybe a year or two ago they would have cut through for a few months, been selling really well, but then seen that product fizzle out because of new competition and all of that. On two levels, the people that are not succeeding now are the ones that are doing the simple, just pick a product and launch it thing. That's not working. And on top of that, it's people that are just relying on one product. If you've been on my channel for a while, this is not necessarily new to you, so some of this is gonna be recap. I am big on building an actual brand, selling products that are related to each other, that can service the same audience, and allow you to grow on what you have, allow you to leverage your successes to build on each other and offer more products to the same customers, build up those audiences elsewhere, and use more advanced tactics. And that's kind of the next thing, is that, as I said, it's not as simple anymore. You can't just pick and launch and blast and boom, you're done and you're successful. Now it does take a serious plan. It does take some serious thought into positioning your product to be unique. And I don't just mean very basic differentiation. A lot of people make the mistake of just thinking they need to just simply bundle 8,000 things together and that's their differentiation, but then they launch it and they find out that nobody wants that. So you need to figure out how to stand out, but that doesn't mean just the first idea you have about standing out. It's about putting more thought and research into figuring out what's going to make your product a more compelling choice for the customer. You actually have to have a good offer. You actually have to be better. You have to be compelling. If your product is good for the customer, then people are going to buy it. And that ties into a way I think about products, is that you are not an Amazon seller selling a product. You have to think about yourself as a product brand from the beginning. You have to be thinking about the longer term of this, and you have to be willing to commit to learning and adapting as these things change, because they do. And as I said, it's not as easy as it was. I don't mean for that to be discouraging, because it still is remarkably easy. I gave a little story, I think on a live, I can't remember where I said it, but it was around a month ago, and it was because of a launch I recently did with a partner. And the truth was is that we had these big plans to do all this more advanced stuff. We both got busy. We kind of just let the product, you know, just kind of go, and did a more of a simple launch, having a good product positioned well in terms of design and pricing and, you know, a quality product and all of that, and really just launched it with PPC. And it had a 30K month in December, $30,000 in sales. So I don't mean to discourage and say that it's not possible. It clearly is, but it's just different, because that was actually a few products that were related to each other launched as one product, even though there were a few variations and stuff. So it wasn't just, you know, trying to get that one product to 50K or 100K a month or whatever, but it was launching with a plan. So there still is a surprising amount, and I always hesitate to say this, but it is possible to do a relatively simple launch. But the thing is that that's not going to sustain you long term. You might be able to see some success like that, but what's really going to take people to the next level, the people that are going to build brands worth $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, $300,000, whatever, in terms of being able to potentially sell their brand, or just cash flowing $100,000 a year in profit, $200,000 a year, whatever level you get to. The difference is that the people that are going to get to that level, rather than just having a single product that gets up to 20K a month and then all of a sudden is back down to 2, 3K a month, is really, you know, pushing forward and figuring out what the next marketing channel is for your business. Is it really, you know, going deep on influencers or Facebook ads, or building up a Facebook group around the interest that your product has to do with? Or is it maybe Google ads? These are not all things I'm necessarily personally an expert at, but the thing is that you're going to have to find another thing that you can test and make work, and then double down on that as another marketing channel on top of just relying on the pure flywheel effect of Amazon. That is part of the beauty of Amazon, is that once you get sales and rank on Amazon, that leads to more sales and rank. That is the flywheel of Amazon. The way to get more sales on Amazon is to have more sales on Amazon. That feeds the algorithm, that feeds the ranking. Now, what happens if you can't get to that point with just Amazon itself? Well, that is where I see so many people kind of falling into the pit of doom of a product that just isn't getting any momentum whatsoever. So in that case, you have to figure out another way to fuel Amazon. Now, that might not even necessarily be profitable. So for example, with Facebook ads, this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to figure out how to spend $2 for a Facebook ad that's going to result in a sale that nets you $8 in profit, for example. That is not even necessarily what this means in the context of Amazon. If you're doing that, send me an email, because that's not as easy as you think, especially pointing it to Amazon and tracking it and all of that stuff. What is much more doable though is using these other channels to feed the flywheel of Amazon. So if you can get a lot going, then you're going to benefit on that through Amazon's platform. And at least thinking about it to that extent is not that advanced, to be honest, but it still puts you ahead of 99% of people that are trying to sell on Amazon that are just simply throwing up a product, and that ship has sailed. And I also want to just talk a little bit more on product selection. I'm definitely gonna be making some videos this month as I kind of recap some basics of Amazon for those that are new and hopefully jumping into this Amazon business model in 2019 with me, and we can all kind of, I can help you along this. I'm hoping to just see a lot of new people jumping into Amazon, because if you haven't picked this up, I do think it's a great opportunity. It's just not, it's not as simple as an opportunity. We've weeded out the people that are the get rich quick. We've weeded out the people that don't want to do anything. We've weeded out the people that don't have anything to risk. And we're left with people that want to invest and work at potentially building something like a real business. I say that a lot, but that's the difference. Is, are you looking at this as real business, or are you looking at this as a get rich quick product scheme? So back to product, as I was saying, I will go in depth in a video very soon, but that is the biggest area that people make mistakes, is they pick flat out stupid products that have no chance in hell at working on Amazon anymore. Maybe they are very simple products that worked in the past. You know, we've all seen these very obvious choices that are kind of known now to be majorly saturated. You know, silicone oven mitts, the felt chalkboard thing. There's so many, basically any silicone kitchen product or any just very basic thing like that. So what I'm getting at is that you really need to understand where the opportunities are now within Amazon, because it's not necessarily as simple as just picking the first thing anymore, but there are so many opportunities if you dig a little bit deeper and you have the right lens to figure out, you know, what are these maybe smaller opportunities that I can build up to 4 or 5 of these things and then have a really nice portfolio of products that are profitable, rather than putting all of my eggs in one basket and banking on this one product that's gonna leave you not sleeping at night, even if it's profitable, because it's not gonna last. So you have to know how to dig a little bit deeper and find these more obscure opportunities, and then also be thinking about the potential of building this out with other marketing channels, building a real brand, things like that. I will get into this more in a video very soon. To summarize, there will be many people that start an Amazon business in 2019 and build it up to substantial levels over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 9 months, you know, whatever it is. There will be. I'm confident in it because I've had recent product launches, I've had partnered product launches, I've seen my students in Zero to Brand do recent launches and they are continuing to grow. It is no necessarily different now than it was, say, 6 months ago. I will link up an interesting video that I made about competition and saturation feeling a little bit different. I made this video a couple months ago, and I think it's a great one for you to watch. I highly recommend watching this. It'll give you some deeper insight onto the things I was talking about in this video. So definitely check that out after this one. And people will build these great businesses, but a lot of people will fail too. And don't be one of those people, obviously. And what those people will do wrong is they're not taking it serious enough. They're not really willing to invest in it. They're not really, they don't have the right vision for it. They don't have the right risk tolerance for it. They don't have the right, you know, work ethic to learn the next thing, to stay on top of what's going on. And they're just short-sighted. So don't make those mistakes. Overall, you absolutely should do this if you're considering it. I hope I haven't scared you away if you're one of those short-sighted people, but maybe I did, and maybe you weren't ready. So that would be a good thing. If you were looking at this as a hypey, get-rich-quick scenario, then I guess I'm glad to have maybe turned you away. For those of you that are serious about it, I think you will succeed. Like that's the difference. There's still plenty of opportunity for those of you that are gonna make it happen no matter what. And while I'm at it, I usually don't talk too often on my YouTube channel about my Zero to Brand course, which is everything A to Z, everything you need to know about Amazon, save some time, get it all in one place, avoid mistakes, things like that. That is at zerotobrandcourse.com. It's always linked in the description. You're welcome to check that out. I would love to be a part of your journey on this. You, of course, don't need to. If you go off and be successful based on my free videos, that's amazing as well. But I do have that package for people that want some added support and shorten the learning curve and avoid mistakes, things like that. That is there. Definitely recommend that. I mean, it's super relevant. The path that the mindset that you need to have to really build a brand, and I even have some updates and stuff coming soon. It's totally relevant now, just some little things I want to add to it and stuff like that. You'll have access for life. So all of that. And yeah, if you got this far, please do hit the thumbs up. Really helps this stupid YouTube algorithm. I know it's always stupid to have to ask for all that type of stuff. I don't like doing it, but yeah, hit that like button so I can stop asking you to do it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out those previous videos, check out more to come. Free Facebook group in the description as well for entrepreneurs, Amazon business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, and aspiring Amazon sellers as well. That one's free, check that out for sure. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your attention. I hope this really helped. Drop a comment, let me know. By the way, I respond to 99% of comments, so feel free to ask questions, give me some feedback in the comments. I always appreciate that. And thanks for watching. See ya.